All right, how's it going? Hope you all have been staying safe, getting some work done, finding some new hobbies, something. But today, sorry for the delay. I wasn't able to work yesterday. I wasn't able to log in, but I think we're all good. So I'm going to go through every single problem on the study guide, which is going to be just like the test. So you can follow along, fast forward, rewind to the problems that you need, and we're just going to get into it. So exponents. If we're multiplying, we're going to be adding the exponents. So a cubed times a to the fifth times a to the first. We're just going to add these up. So 3 plus 5 plus 1 is going to be 9. It's just a to the ninth. There's 9 of them all together. Final answer. That's it. This one, cubed means times itself 3 times. So you can think about it as we're going to cube each one of these things. Or if you want to, you could write it out like this. 3x squared y, that's one of them. 3x squared y, that's two of them. And 3x squared that's 3 of them. Cubed means times itself 3 times. And then we can just go across. So 3 times 3 times 3, that's 27. X squared, x squared, x squared, there are 6 of them altogether. Just like in number 1, we're going to add them up. And y times y times y, there are 3 of them, adding them up, y cubed. So you can either write it out like this, or we could have just said, okay, 3 cubed, that's 27. X squared cubed, we're going to multiply these exponents. 2 times 3 is 6. And then 1 times 3 is if we are dividing, we're going to do the opposite and subtract. So I'm just going to simplify this. 8 over 4, that is 2. A to the fifth over a, we're going to subtract. So it's like I got 5 of them on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 on the bottom. These will cancel out, and I'm left with just 4 of them in the top. And right here, I got 3 on the top, 5 on the bottom. Since there's more on the bottom, there are going to be 2 left over on the bottom, right? 3 minus 5, there would be 2 left over on the bottom. So b squared is on the bottom. Let's change colors. Okay, if we got a negative exponent, that means that it's in the wrong spot. So this a to the negative 2, it really should be on the bottom. So this is going to be down here. 3 over 5 does not simplify. We're just going to leave it as 3 over 5. This is in the wrong spot because it's negative, like I said. So if we put 2 more of them down here, I've already got 1 plus 2 more. There are 3 a times a in the bottom, a cubed. And this one is in the wrong spot, right? It's negative, so that needs to go up here. So these 4 are in the top, b cubed times b to the fourth. There are 7 altogether. We're just going to add this together. 3 plus 4 is 7. Final answer. All right, looking at the distributive property, this needs to get multiplied to both, and then we're going to combine any like terms that we see. So 2 times x is just 2x, and 2 times 4 is 8. That's it. Final answer. Same thing on number 6. We're going to distribute this 3x, the whole thing. So 3x times 4 is 12x. And 3x times negative 2x is going to be negative. 3 times 2 is 6. And then x times x is x squared. Final answer right here. All right, if we've got 2 binomials, we're going to need to use that FOIL. First, outside, inside, last. So the first terms multiplied together, x times x is x squared. Then the outside terms, x times negative 1 is negative x. Then the inside terms, 3 times x is 3x. And then the last terms, 3 times negative 1, that's negative 3. And then I'm going to look to combine any like terms, anything that's got the same exponent going on. So this is just x and a regular x. We can put those together. Negative 1 plus 3 is going to be 2x. So final answer after I combine the middle 2 terms, we got x squared plus 2x minus 3. Final answer. Same thing right here. It looks a little bit messier. Same thing is going on. So 4 times 5x, we got 20x. 4 times 1 is 4. That's my outside terms. Then my inside terms. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. And x times x is x squared. So negative 10x squared. And then finally, my last terms, we got negative 2x times 1. That's just negative 2x. And we'll look to combine any like terms. This time it's, oops, not those guys. It's going to be my, come on. It's going to be my first term and my last term. Those are my x's. So this and this will get combined. 20x minus 2x is going to be 18x. Plus 4 minus 10x squared. And it'd be better if you put it in standard form if you put the x squared term first, but it's really not that big a deal. If it's multiple choice, you just match the one that works. All right, moving right along. Number 9, we're looking to combine like terms. So we've got some x's that go together, some y's that go together. We're just going to combine them. So 2x plus 3x. There are 5 total x's. And negative 5y plus 2y. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. And that's going to be negative 3y, final answer. All right, kind of combining some stuff. We need to distribute this. This becomes 5x minus 10. And we still got our negative 3x, and then we'll look to combine any like terms. These guys go together. So negative 3x plus 5x is 2x. We just got our minus 10. All right, just going to do the same thing, just a little bit more complicated. We're distributing, and then we're going to look to combine any like terms. So negative 2x times 4x, that's negative 8x squared. Negative 2x times positive 3, that's negative 6x. Don't forget, this negative is getting applied to both of these things in the group. So negative 5 times negative 2, that's positive 10. And then x times x, that's x squared. And then here we've got negative 5 times positive 1, that's negative 5, and we still just keep the x. Look to combine any like terms. So we've got these guys, and we've got these guys. So our final answer is, what do we got? Negative 8x squared plus 10x squared. That's going to leave us with 2x squared. And then negative 6x minus 5x is negative 11x, final answer. All right, so for these systems, it really is just going to do it for you on Desmos. I'm going to show you how to do it. We want to find the solution that's going to be where they cross. So we got 3 options. They either cross, and there will be one solution. They're either going to be the same line right on top of each other. That would be infinite solutions. Or if they're parallel and never touch each other, that would be no solution. So all I'm going to do is take this and type it into Desmos. So you just go here, type in desmos.com. We're going to start graphing. And let's just take a look. You just put these in as they are. We want y equals 2x minus 4. So y equals 2x minus 4. That's one line. And the other one, y equals negative x plus 8. Just type it in just like it is, negative x plus 8. And I'm looking for where these lines cross. So the red line, Desmos is really nice to put them in different colors. Where does the blue line touch the red line? Boom, that's it. Your answer is 4, 4. That's all you got to do. So my solution to this is 4, 4. Number 13, same thing. I'm just going to type these into Desmos. So we've got y equals 5x plus 1. And then the other one is looking a bit familiar, y equals 5x plus 1. And look what happens. The green one is right here. The blue one is exactly on top of it, right on top of it. So these lines are going to touch each other forever, always. So your solution right here, you can either just say always, or all solutions, or infinite. I'm just going to say always. And the last one, it doesn't really matter in Desmos what form it is in. You can just type it in exactly as it is. That's the best part. 2x plus 5y equals 3. That's one line. And 4x plus 10y equals 3. That's the other line. And if we look at these things, you can maybe need to zoom in a little bit, but we notice that they are parallel. These things are never going to touch. If you zoom out, don't zoom out too far or it looks like they do, but these are parallel. They will never touch each other. So the answer to this is going to be no solution. They're never going to touch. That's really all it's asking is where do the graphs touch? they don't touch, there is no solution. All right, so we're gonna come back to that. Back to Desmos. Setting up a problem, right? We got word problems. It says large pizza at Palazzo's Pizzeria costs $6.80 plus 90 cents for each topping. Cost of a large cheese pizza at Guido's Pizza is $7.30 plus $0.65 for each topping, 65 cents. And how many toppings need to be added to a large cheese pizza from blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah in order for them to cost the same. So if they're going to cost the same, that means they're going to touch each other on the graph. They'll have the same point on the graph. That'll be the same cost. So what we need to do is set up two equations that represent this. So if I'm at Palazzo's, I'm going to give that with a P. We'll just use X. That's going to cost this no matter what. It costs $6.80 no matter what, plus whatever you want for your toppings. So I'm going to use X for toppings. We could use T, it doesn't matter. Plus 0.90 for each topping that you want. And if we're at Guido's, no matter what, it costs $7.30 plus 65 cents per topping. So we're just going to set it up just like this. And we're going to go back into Desmos. I've got two equations. I want to know where do they touch each other. That's going to be when they cost the same. And instead of P of X and G of X, I'm just going to use Y. So I want to know if Y equals 6.8, $6.80 plus 90 cents a topping. That's my equation for Palazzo's. And for the other one, for Guido's, same thing, Y equals 7.3 no matter what, plus 65 cents per topping, and multiply that by X. And I just want to know where do they touch. So if you get two toppings, it will cost $8.60 at either restaurant. So it says how many toppings need to be added. That is going to be just my X value, which is 2. So two toppings at the first place cost $8.60. Two toppings at the second place also cost the same amount, $8.60. Okay, let's move my face. Breakfast taco, small glass of milk got cut off, is $2.10. 2 tacos and 3 glasses of milk is $5.15. Set up a system to determine the cost of a breakfast taco and cost of small. So all you do is set up two equations, same thing, type it in Desmos and see where they touch. So if I want a breakfast taco, I'm going to call that T. So I know that a taco plus milk is going to be $2.10. And I know that 2 tacos plus 3 milks is $5.15. And guess what? We've got two equations now. I'm going to use X for T and Y for M. It really doesn't matter. And just type it in Desmos, right? I'm going to see where these things touch. So first equation, we've got X or Y, doesn't matter. So Y plus X equals 210. And the other one is 2Y plus 3X equals 515. Right, and whatever these things touch, it costs 95 cents for a taco, and it costs $1.15 for a glass of milk. So we've got a taco that's 95 cents. Wait a second. I got it backwards, huh? We use X and Y, right? We said that a taco was Y, and we said that a milk was X. So taco is my Y value. That's $1.15. And milk, we said milk was my X value, so X value is 95 cents. So we set up the two equations, type them in Desmos, where they touch, that's the solution. Just be careful that you match up your variables with what you put into the graph. So T was Y, tacos are Y, and milk is X. All right, two more. So we've got People going to a candy store, got 5 pieces of fudge, 3 pieces of bubble gum for $5.70. We got 10 pieces of bubble gum. Oh, sorry. Dang, I can't even see, huh? How many pieces did she buy? Got cut off on my screen. That's the wrong one. Hold up. So we got 5 and 3 is 570, and 2 and 10 is 360. Let me make sure I get that right. Um, 5 and 3, 2 and 10. Got cut off on my screen. We're going to set up two equations, see where they intersect at. So we got 5 pieces of fudge. I'm going to call fudge X. And 3 pieces of bubble gum. I'm going to call that Y. Bubble gum is Y. That's going to be $5.70. And then we've got 2 pieces of fudge plus 10 pieces of bubble gum. That will cost $3.60. So where these things touch, it's going to tell me how much for each one. So I'm going to type these in. To Desmos, we got 5x plus 3y equals $5.70. Remember, x is fudge and y is gum. And 2 fudge plus 10 bubble gum is $3.60. Where are these things touch at? Bada boom. X, which is my fudge. Fudge is $1.05. $1.05. And bubblegum, remember that was my second one that I put in my Y bubblegum is 15 cents. All right, last one. Did this one get cut off too? Let's see. So Kristen spent $131 on shirts. We got fancy shirts and plain shirts. So fancy are 28, plain are 15, and we got a total of 7. So we got 2 things going on. We got fancy shirts, we got plain shirts. So if you add up all of the fancy shirts plus all of the plain shirts, how many shirts all together? 7. And I know that each fancy shirt is 28. So 28 for each fancy plus 15 for each plain. That's going to be how much we spent all together, which is 131. And I'll use X for fancy and Y for plain. Same thing, go back to Desmos. We'll type this in. So number of fancy, we'll use X. Number of plain, we'll use Y. There are 7 shirts altogether. And then it's 28 bucks for a fancy shirt, that's X. And 15 bucks for a plain shirt, that is going to be my total cost 131. Oops, why'd I put P? And how much of each kind did she buy? Oh, maybe I should type in the right number, huh? 28. So we got 2 fancy shirts and 5 plain shirts. Remember, we used F became X, P became Y. So X is fancy and Y is plain. So there are 2 fancy and 5 shirts. That's it. Test gonna be just like that. Ask me questions. I'm gonna push back the deadline on the test because we had a little delay yesterday, so I'll make it due on Wednesday. Email me questions, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care.